Shalom. Back again, man. It's Tuesday, man. We're progressing in the week. I hope you guys are having a good week so far. Kind of kicked it off on Sunday. Then we had a lesson on Monday. Now it's Tuesday. Y'all finna get another one on Wednesday. Might get a little break on Thursday, but hey, man, we're progressing along in the week. All praise to the Most High for that. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We do so by way of His only begotten Son, who is an instrument of salvation for the nation. And His name, and His name is Yahweh Shai, but the world ignorantly calls Him Jesus Christ in the English language, right? Which is debatable if that's really even His name in the English, right? But without further ado, man, we're gonna jump into this lesson. Hopefully, it won't be long by any means, but very edifying. The title I have set for today is "Uncomplicate Your Relationship Status." Uncomplicate your relationship status, right? I chose that this title because a lot of people walk around when you ask them, "Hey, sis, hey, bro, are you in a relationship?" They be like, "It's complicated." Right? They be saying it's complicated. This lesson right now is not what you think it's about. We're not really going to dive into people's personal lives or people's relationship with their boyfriend, their girlfriend, who they courting, their wife or their husband. Kind of, sort of, but not in the aspect that you think, right? So this is really me trying to throw you guys a bone. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is this is a tactic sometimes that we use on the street, right? When you go out on the highway and byways, you try to be fishers of men. There's different tactics that you may use, different questions that you may use to get people to stop and listen to the words of God, right? Because a lot of times you think they would just stop when you call out and be like, "Hey, brother, hey, sister, you want to hear the words of God?" But a lot of times they, keep walking. A lot of times they stiff neck. So you got to kind of get creative. You know what I'm saying? As a fisherman, you got to test the different baits you got. And a lot of times you can do that with witty questions, right? A question that I know I actually used it probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. Um, is this, and it goes along with the title. The question goes like this. I'll read it verbatim. That way I know for a fact this is the question that I use, right? I might freestyle here and there, but this is the question. It says, what kind of quality you stop a brother? So a brother walks by, a sister walks by, you stop him. You say, "Hey, bro, I got a quick question. Um, what kind of qualities or requirements do you have for anyone that may be wanting to be in a relationship with you?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, depends on who you're talking to, can take you down several avenues. You know what I'm saying? But after asking that question, if they genuinely are answering, they're gonna list some things that they like in or they want to find in somebody that they're partnered with or future getting partnered with in the future. And then they'll start pretty much listing some what do they call them, deal breakers, you know what I'm saying? After they go through the list and whatnot, and they see this stuff on a worldly aspect, you kind of introduce the Most High to them right then and there. You tell them, well, if we have requirements, if we have standards, expectations, and qualities that we might be looking for in our future partners, right, our future husband or wife, how much more the Most High does He not have requirements for us to be in a relationship with Him? And so, and looking at that, the average today Christian or Christianity, it teaches that we don't have to do anything to have a relationship with Him. We just off rip have a relationship with Him. He's gonna be with us no matter what. You know what I'm saying? We've all known girls and guys to get done bad in their relationship, and they stick around, and people be looking at them like they stupid. Like, bro, buddy cheating on you, bro. Why you keep staying? I can name several off top, from back home that used to get cheated on, religiously, and they still stayed. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the Most High doesn't work like that. You can't step out on the Most High and He gonna take you and He just gonna be fine with it, right? You know what I'm saying? Choose my words wisely here, right? Because people they'll take parts of what you said and they turn it into something, a whole different conversation. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just step out on the Most High and He take kindly to it, right? I put it like that, right? So that's where I kind of drew this title from, is uncomplicate your relationship status, and the rest of it is with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? If you ask a lot of people right now, are they in a relationship with the Most High? I believe some of them would say it's complicated, for whatever reason. Couple reasons why your relationship status could be complicated, right? It gets complicated when someone breaks those requirements that were first initially brought up, right? Before you get in a relationship, you should know what the person likes and what the person doesn't like for their partner to do, right? It becomes complicated when a person steps out of that boundary that was set already, right? And so typically when you step out of this boundary, it doesn't even always have to even be cheating, right? But it's something that you know that the person required you not to do. Even if the person stays, the relationship is kind of not the same anymore. It kind of lies you in a state of a place of complication, right? Um, for instance, this would look like Deuteronomy 28 and 15. What happens in Deuteronomy 28 and 15? For
You
the
asking
brothers,
us?
yeah, for the brothers, y'all can answer.
Oh, he making a cup. He basically saying, if we don't obey the laws, a curse gonna get put on us. He was basically
Right.
telling us what's gonna happen if we don't obey the commandments.
Yeah, he's giving us a ultimatum.
Come, man. So this is what it looks like to be in a complicated relationship, going through these curses. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Um, you kind of get out of line, and then the Most High has it. Your husband or your wife, they have it. They have it with you, and it's no longer peace no more. You know what I'm saying? Now He has some curses set aside for us that we gotta bite the bullet on those. You know what I'm saying? Um, this often looks like, after you done cheat and your girl done took you back, right? Every now and every now and then again, she'll hit you upside your head for no reason, just because she's thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? She throwing low blows and jokes about it, here and there. You gotta eat it because you messed up, right? But this is but at that time, man, she's still saying she doesn't know if she trusts you, right? You gotta bite them curses, because you put yourself in that predicament, and that could put you at a state where you think that your relationship is complicated, right? Um, let's see, so that being said, man, the Most High, He makes everything clear. You know what I'm saying? Before you get in a relationship with the Most High, He makes everything clear, clear
Right.
and concise of what His requirements are. Just like you have requirements and qualities that you're looking for, the Most High has qualities and requirements as well. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna get into some scriptures real quick. I ain't got too many scriptures, man, but I'm just trying to help you guys out, just in case you want to go on the street and you want to have a different angle to come at the lost sheep with, right? This is John 14 and 15. If a brother could read
Uh,
this for.
this the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments.
It says, if you love me, keep my command. He's being clear, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High said, hey, if you want to be in a relationship with me, if you really say you love me, you'll keep my commandments, right? It's clear and concise. But today people will take that for whatever it is, and they'll go read over this, right? And they'll do elsewise, and they'll still say, nah, I still love you, right? Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get First John real quick, right? And I'm a parallel what that looks like in real time. Let's go First John 2 and 4.
You want to
Right.
start at 3 King? Okay.
Nah, we can start right here.
Okay. This first John chapter 2 and verse 4. He that said, I know him and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
Right, man. So when we look at this, uh the Most High is saying, hey, look, man, you say you love me, right? But you're not really showing me that
Showing
you
me.
love me. You're a liar. It's like this, right? If you're in a relationship and you do something that your partner knows that that they don't like, They were like, man, you don't love me for real. Y'all ever seen that movie Baby Boy with Tyrese Gibson?
Yeah.
Right? He got caught cheating, and he talking to Yvette, talking about some. No, baby, you don't know. I lie to you because I love you.
Yeah.
Right? I tell them the truth because they don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that, right? Obviously, you don't love her the way you think you do, because if you would be abiding by the requirements that she had to be with her, right? Same thing with the Most High. We can't step out on the Most High and pull a Jody and say, nah, I don't keep the commandments because I love you. But you realize that's exactly what Christianity says. They say we can't keep the law, and if you try to keep the law, you actually showing God that you don't love him.
Yeah, facts.
Because he died for your sins. So if you try to keep it, that's showing that you don't love him. You're pulling a Jody. I lied to you because I love you. What kind of sense that make, man? That's why the movie was called Baby Boy, because he was thinking like a baby boy. He wasn't thinking like a grown man. He wasn't
he
acting like
definitely
a grown man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put childish things away. That logic doesn't make sense. That math doesn't math. You know what I'm saying?
Which he was. I think he was young in the movie. I think he was supposed to be like 19, 20.
Yeah.
So he was kind of.
He was supposed to be fairly young in the movie. Let's go to the book of Hosea real quick, man. Right? We gonna move along, man. Hopefully you guys hears this out. Let's go to Hosea chapter 2.
He's like guns and butter. Fast.
Guns and butter, yeah.
Listen to joke. I mean, listen to what his name was.
I forgot what his name was.
What you you read again?
No, I'm pulling it up. Might get 2 verses right here, but we're gonna start with 19.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 2 and verse 19. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yeah, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness, and in mercies.
Right. Let me see. Is there more on that? Go ahead.
Hosea 2 and 20. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord.
Right, man. You know, well, before you get in a relationship with the Most High, man, he makes everything clear. Not only that, he tells you the promises that he has for you. He's promising you, man, this is what you want. If you want a wife, if you want a husband, these are the promises that you want to hear from your spouse. I will betroth you in righteousness. First of all, I'm trying to be married to you forever. I ain't trying to go on no break, right? I want to do it in righteousness, in judgment, right? When we get into arguments, I want to have a just conclusion to our arguments. Loving kindness. I promise to be loving and kind to you. I promise to have mercy on you when you misstep, because I know sometimes you're going to misstep in relationships. What else he say? He said faithfulness. The Most High God has already promised to be faithful to you. Why haven't you promised to be faithful to him? Right? That's little boy mentality. That's little girl mentality. When Shawty done slid in your DMs, you done slid into Shawty's DMs, right? And you want something serious, and they hit you with, I don't know if I want anything serious right now, though. Mm-hmm. But I still want to keep talking to you. I still want to keep hanging out, right? You got one person that's fully committed, and then you got another person that's not. It's not going to work. Lukewarm. It's not going to work, right? Let's get Jeremiah real quick. I like this verse in Jeremiah, right? Because he's letting us know how the relationship is supposed to be. Jeremiah 31. And we're going to go 32. I initially read it in the ESV, but we're going to read it in the KJV, see what it says, right?
You want to get it, Azrael, or you want me to get it?
I get this one. Jeremiah 31 and 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers, and the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord.
Right. What does it say at the end? Although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. Right. He's saying that, hey man, we made a covenant, we made a contract. Right. This is like when you get cheated on and you talking your junk. You know what I'm saying? I was a husband to her. I didn't do nothing but love you. Right? We done heard that before. This is how the Most High is crying out, though. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of throwing it in our face. Like, man, I was a husband to y'all, right? Y'all stepped out on me. You know what I'm saying? I did what I said I was gonna do, but you didn't do what you was set out to do.
That's just like when that's just like when a man find out his wife cheating on him. You know, he like, I did everything for you.
Right.
I paid for all the bills. I took you out to eat, and you did this to me. I'm
Right.
done with you. Get out my house. Same thing.
Right, man. And we do we do the Most High bad. I'm watching this series. It's called Gross Point, Garden Club Society or something like that, right? And in the movie, it's the girl from How to Get Away with Murder, the black girl named Michaela. She's in there too, right? She got caught cheating, and her husband's going through her, asking the questions like, man, dang, what was it? You know what I'm saying? I ain't did nothing but be a husband to you. He asked that question. He said, did it take place in my bed though? In our bed? She's like, yeah. Right? Because that's how bad we do the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He provides for us. We stay in his house, right? He gives us food to eat. He clothes us. What are the three duties of a husband in the law, right? It said duty of marriage, of course, raiment, and food, I believe, right? The three things that he did all that and more, and we still stepped out on him, right? Matter of fact, we brought other people inside of the house, of his house. That's what we do when we sin in our members and our vessel that we're supposed to possess. That's supposed to be his, right? Let's go to it's about to get better though. Watch this. It's about to get better, man. Let me try to paint this picture and bring this to life. Let's go to the book of Exodus, right? Exodus 34 and 14. 34 and 14. The classic, man. The classic. Go ahead.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 34 and verse 14. For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord whose name is jealous is a jealous God.
Right, man. It says, thou shalt not worship no other God. Man, this is the relationship that we have. Just like you would get jealous if you find out your man or your wife was showing attention to anybody else, and praising them or whatever it may be, you would kind of get jealous. Why are you getting jealous? It's not really envious. The way I see envy and jealousy, I see them two different ways. I see envy is wanting something that somebody else that pertains to somebody else. Jealousy is more so like something that's yours and somebody's taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? So jealousy is pertaining to you versus envy is pertaining to somebody else. The Most High is jealous because we're supposed to belong to him, but we're giving our attention to somebody else, right? This can look in a real world relationship. What this can look like, right? You find your wife always on a brother's Instagram page, right? Or in different relationships are different. So I know some people, some spouses, they cool with you having celebrity crushes and all of that. Other spouses like, nah, man, heck nah, bro. They kind of get mad when you bring up Jennifer Lopez or Beyonce or something like that. You start feeling.
Go ahead, King.
Go ahead.
I would say, man, you mess around, your real says she got a celebrity crush. It's Chris Brown. Next thing you know, she going taking pictures with Chris Brown. You been seeing them pictures of Chris Brown been taking with people's wives.
Right, man. Talk about it's just a picture.
Yeah, just a picture. He hugging her from the back. Or it's just a picture.
And
Man,
now you jealous because that's supposed to be yours, but somebody else is groping on it. She's giving her attention to somebody else. This is the way that we make the Lord feel, though. Just poking y'all's brain, man. Right? But how jealous does he get, though? Is it just when you cheat on him? You know what I'm saying? For a lot of guys, this is gonna ring home right here. Right? Let's go to the Book of James. For a lot of guys, it's gonna ring. I know it ring home for me. I know I don't play this. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, y'all might be a little bit more secure than me, but I don't play this. Let's go to the Book of James. Where is man? I'm tripping. There we go. We're gonna go to the Book of James, chapter 4:4.
facts. This is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Right, man. It's not just you fully submitting to yourself to Allah. It's not you fully submitting yourself to Christianity, like um full out adultery. It's not even that. It's even being friends with the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into this, but I for the sake of this part of the lesson, I'll bring it up. You an Israelite, but you also claiming Crips, Grape Street Crip or something. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't even want you being friends with the world. What does this look like? To me, this looks like I never allowed none of my girlfriends, my wife, nobody to have a male best friend, right? If I ever was with anybody that had a male best friend, trust me, that relationship probably was about a month long because it's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, man.
Go ahead.
You on mute.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the world is synonymous with your ex because we all was once in the world. So that would be like allowing your significant other to be friends with their ex. Who's doing that, right? That's not the smartest thing in the world because you might catch feelings again. Just like if you still attached to the world, you might catch feelings for what you were doing back in the world again. You know what I'm saying? And make you an adulterer, right? So it's not the smartest of things to be friends with the world or even be associated with the world or associated with your ex, right? What do you look like going out on a date and you with your new wife and you meet an old friend? Hey, aren't you so and so's boyfriend? Right? You haven't dated that girl. You know what I'm saying? You haven't dated that girl in 10 years, but they coming up to you while you with your wife asking. You don't want to be associated like that. To the Most High God, you don't want to be associated with the world. I was watching a podcast not too long ago. A brother said, I had to reevaluate myself. I know I dress kind of fresh and I'm kind of tall and athletic, but I don't give any Greek life vibes. He said, it's becoming a trend now that I go out. I might just be out at a brunch or something, and somebody might come up to me, hey, do I know you? He said, I done been asked twice, hey, did I pledge this fraternity? Are you a part of this fraternity? And I had to ask myself, like, what am I doing to make it seem like I'm associated with the world and that I would do something I would never do? He said, I had to reevaluate how I'm dressing, how I'm looking, because, what fellowship does light have with darkness, right? Leave your ex in the past. But the con of you.
Come on, man. So and there's a thin line between it, right? Just like you have a thin line if your wife had a male best friend or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't trust that. And nothing really comes good out of having a male best friend. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's playing for the other team. But then even then, like, what you doing having a male best playing for the other team, and we trying to get to this truth? You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. So like, it's the same thing for the Most High. Like, he doesn't want you to have any. He really don't want you to have any friends. I wouldn't say in the world, but I'm saying like any friend that's flirting with any idolatry, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't want
Other
you around
guys.
them. Yeah. He doesn't want you around other people that's committed to another guy, right? That's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can You can be there for them, as people, as human beings. But when it comes to hanging out with them every day and like respecting their books and stuff like that, it gets kind of weird. There's a brother in the truth, man, and he had got put on blast a couple months ago because like you say you in his truth, but you saying, you love your homosexual best friend back in the world and y'all still kick it and all of this stuff. And you don't be telling him nothing about, repentance and nothing like that. It's like, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? And so you have a friend, and you friend with somebody that, another thing. So there's two good aspects, right? It could be your ex. It could just be a male best friend, but it could be somebody that your man or your woman does not like, and they don't like, right? And you go out there and you hang out with them anyway. How that make you feel? Go ahead, brother Obadiah.
Can you pull Revelation 3:16, King? Because I don't know if you already had that, but I was gonna say something about that real quick because when you said the example of the boy best friend, it's kind of like I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna explain.
It says Revelation 3:16. It says, "So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth."
Right. So the Most High don't like somebody that's lukewarm, that want to serve him one day, and the next day they don't. Just like we don't like lukewarm coffee, which I don't drink coffee. Lukewarm tea. You don't want no lukewarm tea. You gonna be like, what? You gonna be mad? You drinking that? You're like, what is lukewarm for? So just think about it like in the sense that you have your girlfriend, so-called girlfriend, your wife. She got a boy best friend. So when you and her ain't seeing eye to eye, she go to him and talk to him, and he comfort her. So it's like that's the same thing. Like the Most High don't like that. The Most High don't like when we going when we not seeing eye to, well, just say we not going, we're not in the best of spirit, right? And we turn our back from the Most High and we start doing other things to try to please us. We start doing fleshly things, start picking up the blunt, start getting drunk, start just fornicating with all these different women. And because you say, okay, I'm trying to, this is here for this is making me feel better. But it's like you turned your back on the Most High. What you got, the King?
Right, man. What's the Most High say when that happens? Don't run to nobody else. Run to me. Work it out with me. You got a problem with me? Work it out with me. We live together every day. You see what I'm saying? And so like I'm watching this TV show, same TV show, right? Gross Point on Peacock, right? Is another relationship happening in the movie, and it's exactly how you explained it. She has a male best friend. She's married to a husband, right? Finally, her male best friend, he gets a girlfriend of his own, and his girlfriend is telling him like, "Hey, y'all relationship kind of weird." And then he's kind of taken back, like, "What you mean?" And she kind of pointed out everything that's kind of weird. And you're like, "Man, do you like her? Does she like you?" "I don't know. You saying you don't, but I don't know about that." So he kind of pumped the brakes on the relationship with his best friend, right? She comes to him and says, "Hey, can we talk? I really need you right now." And he said, "I don't think that's a wise idea." She said, "What? What are you talking about? You know what you're doing to me?" And he said, "I just don't think this our relationship dynamic is working out anymore." And she was like, "But you're my best friend. I lean on you. You're my shoulder to cry on." He said, "That's the problem." He said, he said, "Don't you have a husband?" He said, "I do, but that's why I'm here. I want to talk to you about it." He said, "Nah, you should probably go talk to your husband about that." Right? Because that's the point. You got a problem with your husband? Talk it out with your husband. Don't run to somebody else. You got a problem with the Most High? Don't run to you got a problem with this truth? Don't run back to the streets. Don't go back to the gang because you felt more love there, right? Because you done misstep. Don't run back to the fraternity because back then, man, they didn't judge you, right? You didn't face no repercussions when you messed up, right? Go to the Most High and make it right with the Most High. No, it's not gonna be hugs and kisses, right? You're gonna have some consequences, but ultimately that's what you signed up for when you got in a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you were to step out on your spouse and you trying to make it right with her, right? Or you trying to make it right with him. like we talked about in the beginning of the video, there's gonna be times where you're gonna be driving and you're gonna catch them just staring at you like this dirty dog, this ain't s nigga. You know what I'm saying? That you might get a slap across the head every now and then for no reason, right? But that's what it takes though when you come into this truth and you understand what you're signing up for, right? You can't run somewhere else because it's gonna feel better. That's not gonna do nothing for you, and ultimately it's gonna make your relationship with the Most High complicated, and it's gonna end up spewing. He's gonna end up spewing you out, like the scripture says, right? Mighty precept. Let's go to the book of Ephesians, man. We're gonna keep moving along. This dynamic gets good. I promise you, it gets even better. Watch this. Ephesians 5:25. And if you guys stay tuned, whoever's watching, man, we got a short little clip at the end that I think you guys will like as well. Ephesians 5:25.
The book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Right, man. This, I want to point out something, man. It's the disrespect that we do to the Most High, the disrespect that we do to Hamashiach, right? I bring this point out. It says that he loved us so much that he gave his life for it. He already did it. As husbands of our own with our wives, we know we're supposed to lay down our lives for our wife and our children. Somebody come in the house that's not supposed to be there, we supposed to go check, right? We know that now. So, every now and then, we live in a world where spirits take over, and your wife, she sometimes she might say something to you out the side of her neck that's disrespectful, right? She might, I don't know, what's an example? She might be in her feelings so much, she arguing, she say, "Why are you acting so emotional? Why are you acting like a girl?" or something like that, right? But sometimes you might be faced with disrespect from your wife. You see what I'm saying? And you might be looking at her like, "Dang, how dare you talk to me? Don't you know I'll take a bullet for you?" This how you talk to a man that would take a bullet for you, right? It's the same thing that we do to the Most High. The problem is he already took a bullet for us. When we talk about the Most High, he hit the bullet he took was sending his son to die. When we talk about Hamashiach, the bullet he took, what, all them lashes getting strung up and crucified and all of that, bro. He already did it. The burglar came in, he came out, he got shot and killed for you, and we still disrespect him, right? The ultimate disrespect. The ultimate disrespect, right? Let's go to Matthew real quick.
Right, and just think about having a really good friend or somebody that you claim is a good friend, right? Think about how you feel when you feel disrespected because you went out your way to support them, right? You dropped some bread, some money on them. You went and took time out of your day to support what they had going on, and they don't return the favor. Worse yet, they scam you, right? They steal from you, right? Or they betray you some way. Or think about a relationship that you may have with your significant other, right? You planning dates, whether you're a boy or a girl, woman or a female, being a male or a female, you planning dates, man. You saving up money for this person. You planning the future for this person, right? You getting good with their family. You sacrificing, right? Just like, Christ sacrificed his life, but you sacrificing for this person just for them to cheat on you. Think about in these instances, right? How bad and angry you feel when you feel disrespected, when it's not reciprocated, right? And you gotta channel that and understand that emotion is what the Most High God feels when he see us turning our back towards him every day, right? When the Most High God see us turn our backs towards him, he feel like, man, I've done so much. I made sure that you was healthy. I made sure your heart was beating. Made sure you woke up after you went to sleep. Made sure I protected you and you didn't get in no car crash because it could have been you instead of those two cars in front of you. I made sure, you know what I'm saying, like the Most High God looking out, and then you just turn your back on him, and he's disgusted. like the brother said, spew you out, right? Like the other brother said, um, you know, he done did the ultimate for us, and we return him by spitting in his face, right? It's just crazy. So you got to understand those same emotions that are in us. We were made in his image. He got them same emotions, man. So a lot of times when something bad in your life happened, you got to understand, man. You done did some messed up stuff spiritually.
Come on, man. Right? Somebody read this for me, Matthew 9.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 9 and verse 15, right? And Jesus, we read plain or
Read it how you want to, man.
all right. And Yahushua said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast.
Right, man. Right. So this is talking about fasting, right? And how the disciples weren't fasting because the bridegroom was with them, but now that the bridegroom is separated, now they mourn and they fast, right? I mean, I bring this precept up to parallel in the world. It's like this, right? Um, when you're with your spouse, everything's on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? Like you good, you can sleep at night because you got a warm body to lay next to. Um, but it is like Christ is in the military and he gets shipped off to war, right? And we know all them. I ain't never been shipped off or deployed, right? But I can just imagine that all them brothers that go out there, they got anxiety. They always thinking about, is my wife cheating on me? You know, back at the crib, right? They they can't even focus on the war because they just thinking about getting back to the wife and hopefully when I get back she didn't sleep with my neighbor, right? Now this is the time where Christ has left us. He's gone. He's deployed. You know what I'm saying? He's not with us, and he's thinking about us like that. Man, I hope while I'm gone they don't step out on me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I hope while I'm gone, they're not sleeping with the neighbor. They're not giving no other men no attention, right? So just think about that the next time you want to step out and you want to try to do a venture somewhere else in the world or grasp on to something else to give you relief, right? How about you wait for your husband to get back from war? Go ahead.
Then you gotta think about it like this too, man. Like, if you're in a relationship, your spouse don't want you to have stuff. You going through the motions every day. You ain't smile. You coming in waving like this. You're walking with your head down. Just sitting down. You just every single day. It ain't no love. It ain't no affection. Ain't no kisses. Ain't no hugs. Your spouse don't want that. She don't want you, or he don't want you going through the motions. So if we don't want that done to us by our spouse, just imagine the Most High. We going through the motions with him, right? We don't want to put our brick in. We ain't going out and using our talents the best way we can. We just sit on our talents and just going through the motions. The Most High, we don't want that done in a relationship. So why would the Most High like us just going through the motions and we only pick up the Bible and read or we only look at the verse of the day on our phone, right? Or we only just open up the Bible once every 3 months.
Right.
So it's like we can't have that relationship with the Most High.
Matter of fact, man, we can't have a relationship to where we making the Most High, the most, bro. Just the analogy of Christ being deployed. We can't have him thinking that we're cheating on him while he's away. What does that look like? We got to constantly reassure him. What does that look like in the world? It's like, man, I'm writing this joke of letters every day. You know what I'm saying? I know my dad's been deployed, so they have the little ghetto FaceTime thing that they can get on like once every week or something like that. I'm on there. I'm letting them know I'm waiting for him to get back. You know what I'm saying? What does that look like in the spiritual realm? We fasting and we praying, right? We constantly we taking care of the house that he left us in charge of, right? The children that he created, we're helping guide them, right? The lost sheep while he's gone until he gets back to take back his rightful position as the head of the house. But that's what we got to do while he's deployed. We got to be there for him, and we got to reassure him that we're not gonna step out on him while he's gone, right? I
Go
got
ahead.
two more precepts and then a clip. Two more precepts in a clip, right? Let's go to John 17.
And it's a mighty lesson too, by the way, man. If you truly think about it, like in the sense of if you put yourself in the shoes of, I ain't gonna say in the Most High, but like you say how you want to be treated in a relationship, it'll make you understand more on how the Most High want to be treated by us. You know, because we are
Right,
in a relationship, we are in a marriage with the Most High. So, got the king.
right, man. Somebody read this for me.
Con. It's John chapter 17, verse 21. That they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in them, that they also may be one in us. The world may believe that thou hast sent me.
Right, man. I say this to say, hey, look, man. Now, this is also a cut to all of those that say, look, you said the Father and I are one, so they got to be the same person, right? No, it's in the same respects as of if you and your wife, how you come together and you now are one,
One
right?
flesh.
You're one flesh, you're one mind, right? Whatever she doing, she feeling, I'm feeling. Whatever I'm feeling, she feeling. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? We're on one accord. It's the same thing, the same dynamic. So right now, even while Christ is deployed, we still one. He might be away, right? And I'm over, and we over here, but we should still be operating as one. Just like if your husband was deployed, even you know, if your husband in Japan, he got deployed in Japan, you here in the States, y'all should still be operating as one. It's the same dynamic, right? Let's go to Revelation. Go ahead. Oh, I thought somebody had said something. My bad. Let's go to Revelation 19, right? My last precept. My last precept. We're gonna conclude this. So what does all this mean? Um,
Salaki too, sidebar. If we're the Trinity believers, right? Um, this is a good precept to go to that we just read because he's offering us to be one with him and with Christ as well. Um, so letting you know that one, right? It's not talking about a Trinity. It's talking about a relationship, right? Just like the brother Denal described, man. When you get your rib or your wife, the two twain become one flesh, right? You're not literally the same flesh, but y'all are one minded. Y'all have the same mind, like the brother Denal said. Y'all have the same will. Y'all have the same ambition. Y'all have the same goal, and that's to have a successful marriage and a successful family, right? And on a bigger scale, spiritually, that's what it is, right? The Most High God wants us to be one with Him, right? He wants us to be like Christ. He wants us to say, not my will, but thy will be done, right? Meaning we are ambassadors, right? If you look up what the word ambassador stands for, right? It stands for somebody that's coming not of their own will, not of their own mind. They're coming to relay a message. They're coming to be a face and a hand for somebody else. And that's what we are, right? We're ambassadors, right? For the Most High God. And that's like the marriage, right? Like the brother I'm sure is about to go into right here. But I can read it if you want.
Khan, go ahead.
Revelation 19:7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready.
Right, she's made herself ready, man. What is it like now? Let me be honest with you. I ain't really have a traditional wedding day. You know what I'm saying? We got married at a courthouse. That's cool, Uh, but like, think about those that are getting ready for their wedding. You know what I'm saying? The whole, I'm talking about the big shebang, right? She's making herself ready. Emotions are high, right? After you done got ready, after you done, jump the broom right then and there. From that point on to, all the way in the honeymoon, you on this high. You on this high, you're rejoicing, right? You're honoring each other. You think, man, life can't get no better than this. I can't even see me arguing with you in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come, but at that moment, you don't see it, right? So I bring this up to say we gotta find a way to stay in that honeymoon phase with the Most High, with or if you want to look at it in retro in the aspect of us with Christ, we got to stay in that honeymoon phase. We can't let it fade, because when you start letting it fade, that's when like the brother Obadiah was saying, man, you start coming home, you start going through the motions, right? When you start letting it fade, that's when, oh, you know, my relationship's boring. Then you start looking elsewhere to rejuvenate it, right? Y'all seen that movie Temptation, the Tyler Perry Temptation? Same thing happened to her, man. She, going through the motions, got boring. She wanted something exciting. She went and go dance with the devil in the red car. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. We got to stay in that honeymoon phase. We've been talking about longevity. We've been talking about sustainability in this truth. You got to find something that's going to anchor you, that keep that zeal up, whether that be moving to be with other brothers, whether that be trying new avenues of getting the word out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that many lessons, maybe you got to start doing some lessons. If you don't go out on the street, maybe you got to go start going on the street, right? But you got to make it interesting, just like you would make your relationship interesting. You got to find a way to stay in that honeymoon phase, right? Go ahead, Brother Azrael.
Yeah, the Bible would call that honeymoon phase, remember your first love, man. Remember your first love. You know, speaking of marriages, a lot of people have weddings, right? Because they use the pictures and the memories to keep the wedding steadfast, right? That's the idea of having a grand wedding, so that you can reflect on the memories of the wedding. And, you know, when you're in a rock and a hard place in your marriage, you can remember how happy you guys were on that day, all the people that came to support you, right? Also, people also, they go on wedding anniversary trips. They might go to the beach. They might go to Egypt. They might go to Saudi Arabia. They might go to Jamaica, Turks and Caicos. They might go anywhere that time of the year, you know what I'm saying? Just so that they can remember their first love, because it's easy to forget your first love when the cares of life come up and the affairs of life show up in your life, right? So it's easy to forget your first love and forget that honeymoon, right? But, right, just like in a wedding, right, just like in a marriage sense, we got to remember that that first feeling we had when we wanted to sell our soul to the Most High God, and we wanted to follow Christ. We got to remember that feeling, man. And like the brother said, for sustainability, you have to do something to always have that fire in you. And whatever that may be, it's different for everybody. But you got to have those wedding pictures, those spiritual wedding pictures handy, so that you can always keep that fire, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can always remember your first love. But
Man. That's a mighty point, right? So I took the Bible off the screen, so I do want to add one more precept after we play this video, Baruch 2:30, man, the classic. So somebody can pull that up on your phone, and we won't share it on the screen, but after the video's done playing, you can just read it out loud right off your phone. Just have that on standby. This right here is a video clip. It's very short. I'm gonna play a short video clip. It might be 20 seconds long, right? But you might be watching this video, you come to the end, and you're like, so how can we uncomplicate things if we've made it complicated already, right? You know, what do we do? How do we fix it? You know, this is a time, and if you don't know who this is on the screen, this is Kevin Hart, right? This was a time where he got caught cheating. You know what I'm saying? And he was facing the music, and he said a lot of things in this interview where, you know, it was very manful of him. You know what I'm saying? He was owning up to his stuff, but he said something very interesting, man. And I think it's something that we should take heed to when it comes to our relationship with the Most High. And I'm just going to play it, man. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. Oh, okay, right?
Fair use.
Fair use. Hey, look, we do not own the rights to the audio in this video.
Yeah, I'm a better man. I'm a better man because of the light bulb that's off, that has went off right now, was the one that was supposed to go off, because this line, this straight line that I'm walking on now, there are no moments to be off balance. There are no more shots. There are no more chances. I'm done.
Right.
I'm done. I'm done. I don't want that level of fun no more. I don't need it. I'm on some grown man different shit where if it doesn't involve my family, I'm not interested.
And it's easy for people on the outside.
Right. And that's how we have to be, right? Excuse the language, right? I forgot he had had that little part in there, right? But that's how we have to be, right? We can't teach. Once we know we messed up, we gotta know that we ain't getting no more chances for real. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got Baruch. You're muted.
Con, I got it.
Go ahead and read it real quick.
Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
Not Baruch 2 and 30. What's the it's in Baruch where it's talking about 10 times harder, right? You muted, King.
You talking about the precept when it says you can never go far enough?
Nah. You know what I want, Azrael?
I believe it's what he just quoted.
Is it? Go ahead and find that real quick. But just like my brother Kevin Hart is saying right here, man, you can't toe that line no more, right? The Bible talks about we walk on a thin line. On one side is deep water.
33 and 30. 43 and 30.
On one side is deep water, the other side is fire, right? And he did the analogy like you walking, you can't toe the line anymore, right? You know what I'm saying? We know right from wrong now. We've been caught, and he's been gracious enough to take us back, right? To uncomplicate things, but we have to do what's required of us. We got one thing I like he said at the end was, hey, look, man, if it has nothing to do with me and my family, if I can't bring my family, don't ask me. I ain't going, right? That's how we got to be in this truth, right? If again, man, The Rock had that one song. He said, man, if they ask you to sin, I think he said, roughly paraphrasing, if they ask you to sin, then they ain't got no love for you, right? We can't. I had to cut you off because you was tempting me living sinfully, right? We can't flirt with the devil anymore once we know that we messed up and we came and we chose to walk in this truth. You see what I'm saying? We can't he said another thing he said was, hey, that stuff that I used to do back in the day, the fun and all of that stuff, right? It's not fun to me no more. I done had enough fun. I'm tired of it. I'm putting it down, right? Everything right now is about business and family. Everything right now for the Most High is about our relationship with him and being obedient, keeping his commandments. But how do we do that? We do this with this precept right here. Go ahead and read it. Baruch. I knew it was in Baruch.
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Come on, man. The brother Baruch shouted us out. It's not chapter 5, but hey, look, man, we got it. We found it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. You got to seek him 10 times more. Kevin Hart, if you listen to that interview, he goes into how every day he's fighting for his graces back with his wife, right? He's got to seek her 10 times more. He said, hey, man, my wife, she not no rug, right? I just walked over my wife like she was a rug. She ain't no rug, and she going to let me know she ain't no rug. How much more the Most High? The Most High ain't no rug, right? You try to step on the Most High. Hey, look, he liable to take that rug you thought he was and go like this while you standing on it, right? Put you on your tail. But even when he put you on your tail, even when you got to go through these curses in Deuteronomy 28, right? You can't give up and go back, because at the end of the day, it was your fault to begin with. So you made your bed, you gotta lay in it. You gotta take the consequences, all the slaps in the back of the head. You gotta take all the times you feel the Most High staring at you like this nigga here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take that to the chin, right?
You can't run from your problems, man.
You can't run from your problems. We was talking about this other day. You cannot run from your problems, especially as a grown man, as a grown woman. You got to face it head on, and you got to take it to the chin. And the good part about it is, at the end of the day, it's not going to last forever, right? You know, we see Kevin Hart and his wife, they thriving right now, right? I'm sure she'll always remember, but she probably kind of over it. The Most High promises that he will get over it eventually, right? And so we just got to keep our head down and go 10 times more until that day where he says, our sins he remembers no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you had something to say, Brother Obadiah.
I think what I was gonna say, well, yeah, you can't run from your problems, man. Just like when we have something, um, when it comes to prayer and fasting and reading for the Most High, we don't run from that, man. Right? If it's a situation in your relationship, you can't run from your problem. You got to face those things head on, man. And it's a lot of things that we can learn in our relationships, that can lead to our relationship with the Most High. 'Cause like I said, we are literally, you know, in a marriage with the Most High. You know, we're literally in a marriage with Him, and He coming back soon. Lord willing, we make it to that wedding, man. So yeah, I just want to say that, King.
Come on, man. Lord willing, man. But you kind of once you messed up during the engagement and you still want to get married, you got to suck it up, man. And just to cross that broom to get to the other side, you got to suck it up. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do.
Come on, man. It's not enough just to feel sorry, right? Just like in a real relationship, nobody wants to hear that I'm sorry, take me back. They want to see change. They want to see that you are actually walking what you said that you're sorry about. And then that's when you know that girl will come back in your life. I saw you got blah, blah, blah. Hey, I just wanted to say, I think we should let bygones be bygones. That's when that boy, boy starts seeing you boss up. He might be, hey, I was sorry, I'm sorry, I can see you being the mother of my kids, you know what I'm saying? I see you doing good though. I see, you still looking fit, So it's about actions, man. Actions are what make people turn their head. Actions are what make people change their mind and change their decision. Same thing with the Most High God. He's waiting for your actions, bro. Sis, he's waiting for you to change your actions.
Right, man. This is the last thing I'll say, man. We talked to a brother last night, man. If you watching this, if you're hearing this, check this out, man. The same advice we gave you is the same advice we telling people with the Most High. When he says seek him 10 times more, what does that look like? That looks like, oh, she's not talking to me right now, but I'm gonna send her 10 messages back to back. I'm gonna send the Most High 10 prayers back to back, even though I'm not hearing them right now. Even though I'm messed up, he kind of turned his face from me, right? He not hearing me. I'm still seeking him, right? Because eventually he gonna hear me because he has that much compassion for us, that he has that much love for us. He tells us over and over again, right? It's the same dynamic, but it's been a popular subject. A lot of things that we've been talking about is duality, man. You got stuff that happens in the spiritual realm, and then you got stuff that happens in the physical realm. That's stuff that happens in the physical. Oftentimes is a reflection of things in the spiritual, right? But that's all I got. Anybody else got anything?
La.
Man.
Man, mighty class, man. Very creative class.
I'm trying to get witty with it, man. You know what I'm saying?
For real, man.
You got to spice up the relationship,
Yeah, man.
But without further ado, man, we give all honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We do so by way of His only begotten Son, who is an instrument of salvation for the nation. Who also said, "If you ain't helping to gather, you helping to scatter." So what are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your vessel? But we'll see you guys tomorrow, Lord willing, for our Wednesday class. Man, I hope this was edifying and not too long. But we say shalom.